Our co-main event of the evening for the ABF American West Welterweight title, Marquis Hawthorne and Robert Redmond. Coming up next, Cap City Fight Night. This Cap City Fight Night, Jim Grieshaber, Casey Ramos, 24-1, top-ranked fighter. Time now for our second matchup of the evening, the ABF American West Welterweight title fight. Marquis Hawthorne and Robert Redmond going to make their way to the ring. Let's go up to Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's welcome to the ring our co-main event participants. First, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, Robert, the Houston Hitman, Redmond.
Astros, hometown heroes. Redmond started boxing 10 years ago at Woodlands Boxing Gym, made his pro debut, Casey, in 2016. An engineering student who has a degree. Very impressive young man.
Very impressive. I got a degree myself, and let me tell you, getting a degree while you're a professional boxer is no easy task, and my hat's off to him. I'm excited about this fight. Robert Redmond's got a lot to bring to the table. He's from Houston, Texas, got a late start in boxing, but he's been a 10-year pro, so he's a vet now.
And now let's welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner, Marquis, the Hawk, Hawthorne.
Nice little pop from the crowd for the Hawk. Marquis Hawthorne, 27 years old. Marquis, born in Waco, Texas, lives in Mart right now, trains in Waco at GK Boxing Club, been boxing for a total of 10.5 years.
Yeah, I'm excited for this fight for Marquis Hawthorne. He's a 6-10 fighter, but that does not reflect his record at all. He's more like a 10-0 fighter. You know, those losses come because he fights nothing but undefeated fighters. You know, he's 6-10, but he's got experience, and I'm excited for this fight. This is no easy task for Redmond.
Started watching Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and Sugar Ray Leonard fighting in the streets as a kid. Decided as a sophomore in high school he needed something else to keep him active. Had tried jiu-jitsu before that. Started boxing at 17 years of age. Loves the contact. Says, hey, he loves the chess game aspect of it. If you're not on your toes, it's bad for you.
And he is a chess player. He's a very tactical fighter. He fought Trey Romero in his last fight, and it was very close.
Let's get the official introductions before they go to war from Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 8 rounds, and it will be for the vacant ABF American West Welterweight Championship. Brought to you by Underwood Promotions, along with their great sponsors: Central Texas Acura Dealers, Cheap Thrills Apparel, Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum, and Treaty Oak Distillery. It is sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, Program Manager Greg Alvarez, along with the American Boxing Federation. Vice President and Supervisor tonight, Claire Burke. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Gregorio Alvarez, Perry Hillen, and Richard Lord. When the bell rings, our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Ruben Perez. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he's wearing gray, green, and gold trunks and weighed in at 145.6 pounds. Coming to us from Houston, Texas, he is undefeated with 6 wins, 2 draws. 5 of his 6 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robert, the Houston Hitman, Redmond. His opponent across the ring in this co-main event, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing red, gray, and black, and weighed in at 146.3 pounds. Hailing from Waco, Texas, his professional record consists of 6 wins, 10 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Marquis the Hawk Hawthorne.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Hawthorne and Redmond, Casey, 27 and 29 years of age. Not much difference other than the records with these two fighters.
Yeah, not much difference. They're in their prime. They're ready to go. Same height, same weight, same reach. Like you said, only difference is the record. But let me tell you, them 10 losses, don't look at those as losses. Look at those as experience. And Marquis Hawthorne is coming with it tonight.
Our referee, Ruben Perez, gives the fighters their instructions as they get ready to do battle. Redmond is in the black, green, and gold trimmed in white. A lot of colors on those trunks with Houston on the back, and the Hawk with the Hawk wings coming down. Looks like the bottom of the wings of a hawk coming down in the black and red and gray. Coming out of the red corner for Marquis Hawthorne. This one, again, Casey, is for the ABF American West Welterweight Championship. The belt on the line, and that makes it a little extra special whenever that's the case.
Oh, yeah, extra special. Anytime some hardware is on the line, these guys are fighting extra hard for it. They're training extra hard for it. And I think that Marquis Hawthorne has something to prove with these 10 losses. And I think that Redmond, the same thing. He's trying to keep that O. And, it's going to be a great fight.
Hawthorne loves contact. Says it's a chess game. If you're not on your toes, it's bad for you. Was going to try out for the Olympic team, then found out he had a daughter a couple of years later. Had a friend named Tony Castillo who turned pro, so he talked to him, and Tony helped him turn pro. He's more of a defensive fighter. Doesn't take any damage. That's one thing his coaches were really proud of. Marquis Hawthorne is that he's very good at avoiding punches from his opponents. Meanwhile, Robert Redmond Jr. is a guy who's all around. He'll come inside, he'll go outside on you. A boxer and a puncher. His career's been up and down. He said he's learned a lot about the business of boxing since he got started. Didn't know much about Hawthorne, just said he's going to keep distance and set the pace, wants to jump in and jump out tonight.
That's what he should do, because Marquis Hawthorne is a very slick boxer. He's tactical. And if you start to put them tactics back on him, he doesn't really know what to do. And that's usually what you do with the boxer. You box the boxer.
First of 8
I see
rounds
counter shots
tonight.
going in. Redmond's showing some signs of some great skills right off the bat. He's gotten about 2 more punches than Redmond, and I'm sorry, Hawthorne. And he just
Redmond
rocked
with a big
Hawthorne
right
again.
and left hook to follow it up. Hawthorne dazed, eats another right hook. A straight jab sends him back.
Hawthorne's he's pride. He's got some pride. He's fighting. He's not holding. He's trying to fight.
Oh man, just letting go bombs, flurries, uppercut got him there on the corner of the chin. Another right hand, this time getting underneath it is Hawthorne, who's eating some big shots here in round number 1.
Yeah, Hawthorne is taking him well. He did get rocked. He did wobble the legs. Redmond handled it well himself. He didn't get overexcited, try and go for the knockout right away and burn himself out. He's staying calm, and he's just going to let the fight progress as it should.
Wild left hook from Redmond, missed there. He's been very aggressive in round number 1. Hawthorne survived, standing in there against him. Still a little wobbled, it looks like. Not really sure where he is when you look at that close-up of his eyes. And you know what that feels like, Casey, to get hit in there. And those lights get brighter. It's tough in there for these guys.
Yeah, he's got the glossy eyes. He's operating on instincts right now. He's operating on instincts right now.
Round number 1 coming to a close. A very good round for Robert Redmond Jr. with the belt on the line. Outstanding performance by him to get this started. Round number 2, when we come back, Cap City Fight Night from Underwood Promotions. Sauber, Casey Ramos back with you. Cap City Fight Night in Austin, Texas. The ABF America West Welterweight Championship matchup. Marquis Hawthorne and Robert Redmond. A very good round for Robert Redmond in round number 1, Casey. Flurries of punches doing damage to Hawthorne early on.
Yeah, doing damage for sure. He definitely rocked Hawthorne in that first round. Let's see what he does in the second.
Round clock should say 3. Just getting started here. Redmond Rocked Hawthorne. He seems to be fine now. Of course, I don't know anything about that, so why don't you let everybody know what that feels like? You get rocked, you make it to the end of the round, you go back to your corner, things kind of settle down a little bit. How's Hawthorne feeling right now?
Yeah, he might be waking up a little bit. His legs look like they're under him now, and who knows what his corner gave him. There is a legal drug called Adrenaline 1000 that they can give you in the corners, and they may have given a little bit of that.
Probably needed it after that first round. Redmond just graced him with a right. In and out though, Redmond's so quick.
Redmond very quick, yeah. Not good skills for being a late starter, and I can see some speed in there, some counter action, and some awareness, ring awareness in him. Same thing from Hawthorne. Very keen ring awareness. Nice jab, beautiful jab by Hawthorne. He's slowing the pace down. He's sort of trying to box right now.
Left hook catches him. Those jabs sneaking through. Hawthorne unable to get anything going offensively here so far in this fight. Redmond with that head movement and the body movement. Tough target to hit, so Hawthorne has been on the defensive tonight. Trying to come forward with a right there. Didn't look like that. It did anything but graze him.
Yeah, it's a defensive fight right now. That first round got a little excited. Here we go again.
Nice right hand from Redmond. Seems to me that Hawthorne should be looking to counter here, but he's coming forward against the aggressive Redmond, and sometimes that's what you need to do to back off an aggressive fighter, go right back at him.
That's right. I agree. Nothing like a defense, like a good offense. Offense is your defense sometimes, and that's what you got to do. Awesome jab by Hawthorne. I like the way he's boxing right now. I like the way Redmond's also boxing, but he's sort of being a little bit too stagnant. He needs to throw some punches, get busy, and get another round like he did last one.
Throw a lot of punches in that first round too, and that'll wear you out. So he could be a little bit in conservation mode as a left sneaks through from Redmond. Hawthorne still trying to work that jab. That one connected. Redmond lands a jab. Much more aggressive. Sorry, Casey. Marquis Hawthorne here in round number 2.
Yeah, Marquis Hawthorne is definitely having a better round here. He's settling into the fight right now. He's not getting caught with anything. His legs still look a little bit shaky, but he looks like he's taking it to Robert Redmond. I don't think he's been in there with anybody as experienced as Hawthorne. Close round, real close round. And I think with this flurry right here, Marquis Hawthorne might be still in it.
10 seconds left in the round. Could be Hawthorne's round. A nice bounce back from him in round number 2 after Redmond hit him with a few bombs in the first round, and that's the end of the second round. Round number 3, when we come back, Hawthorne back in the fight at Cap City Fight Night. Okay, one of those cams is way too tight. The fighters keep bouncing out of frame, Marty. Okay.
Lights are hot, huh?
Right to replay. A bounce back round for Marquis Hawthorne against Robert Redmond in round number 2. Let's take a look with Casey Ramos.
Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful right left by Robert Redmond on Hawthorne, right on the chin, and you can see that robbled him. That set the tone for the rest of the fight, but then they have a little bit of a calmer fight the next round, and let's see how it goes in the third round.
Hawthorne bounced back. Redmond continued to work that jab, but I like the energy from Hawthorne running out toward the opponent, Redmond, to start round number 3, scheduled for 8 for the ABF American West Welterweight title here at Austin Sports Center in the Cap City.
Yeah, again, another great tactic by Hawthorne, running out there and showing he's got some spunk, some energy, and he's ready to keep fighting. It's a mental game in here. You know, he got rocked the first round, but you know he's in it. He's in the fight now. Again, both the fighters are a little bit too stagnant. You know, it's a risk to start throwing and punching, but you know that's the name of the game. You gotta take some risk and get in there and win the fight.
Redmond came out very aggressive in round number 1, a little more cautious here. Nice left hook from Hawthorne.
Hawthorne is definitely settling in right now. He looks a little more comfortable than Redmond, and he's got a lot more experience too, and that shows right now.
You can see the talent and the power of Redmond in round number 1. He's got to get back to throwing those punches in volume like he did early in the fight. He seems to be letting Hawthorne dictate the pace now.
He is. He is. He's letting that happen, and he needs to use his skills, his talent, his combination punching that he did in the first round to put himself back in the fight, give himself the momentum that he needs. But right now, as of now, the momentum swinging towards Hawthorne. He did get caught with a little slight punch, but he's on his back's on the ropes, and he's trying to box.
Glenn Searles and Tony Chavez in the corner of Hawthorne said they're going to drag Redmond into deep water and drown him. So right now in round number 3, heading toward that deep water.
Deep water for sure. You know, these guys are going 8 rounds, and that is a very tough task to go 8 rounds. People think, oh, it's not a 10-round fight, it's not a 12-round fight, but let me tell you, 1 round in boxing is difficult, so 8 rounds, these guys are in for a heavy task ahead of them.
Yeah, and Redmond hasn't had a lot of fights going this distance, so maybe conserving a little bit of energy here, possibly an adrenaline dump after all those punches in round number 1.
And I don't think that Redmond has been past 4 himself, and to move up to 8, that's a task. Again, I hope he's that training camp. He needs to have a full 8-week training camp, and he looks strong. It's the 3rd round. Marquis Hawthorne looks a little more comfortable, and that comes from experience.
Good shot there over the shoulder of Redmond at the waiting eyes of Marquis Hawthorne, who now defensively isn't allowing Redmond to touch him. This is the defensive fighter that we thought we'd see, and Marquis Hawthorne probably shocked a little bit in the opening round when Redmond was able to land so many punches, but really looking good in there now. And I always use the Mayweather reference. I hate to do it, but he's such a great defensive fighter, and so many fighters have modeled themselves after him in that way. You just can't hit the guy. And, you know, Hawthorne taking a page out of his book here tonight. A lot of rolling in there, using the jab to keep Redmond off him there, and just a nice job by Hawthorne.
That's the name of the game, hit and not get hit.
Nice uppercut by Hawthorne, and we head to take a look at the replay there. As
beautiful
Hawthorne
left, it's like a hybrid left hook, left uppercut. Caught Redmond walking straight in.
Snap that head back a little bit. Redmond still coming with that jab, and Hawthorne able to do a little bit more damage in round number 2 than Redmond did, at least from what I saw. But a good fight so far as we head to round number 4, Casey, here in Austin, Texas. A battle between 2 different styles of fighter, and this is what it is. I mean, styles make fights. You have the offensive guy in Redmond who likes to pop in and out, throw a lot of volume, and then Hawthorne, the defensive fighter, seems to be taking control of the fight and having it go at least at his pace, and he's dictating not only the tempo but the style of the fight more and more through rounds 2 and 3.
Right, the pace is definitely going towards Marquis Hawthorne's ability and catering towards his skill set. You know, the pace is slow. He's countering 1 shot at a time, and Robert Redmond's allowing him to do that.
All right, here they come for round number 4, touching him up in the middle. Outstanding battle. Bill Collinsworth in the corner of Robert Redmond Jr. had his work cut out for him. I wonder what he said to him in between rounds. What do you think that conversation was like?
Well, I think he wanted him to pick up the pace again. You know, he's throwing 1 shot at a time. He's not throwing his combinations, and that's what he was doing in the first round, and it worked for him. But he got away from that, and they may be telling him to go back to the same thing.
Level changes from Hawthorne, looking to work that body. Now he connects with another left to the side of the jaw of the Houston Hitman.
Yeah, Hawthorne, he's settled in. Yeah, he's settled in. He's taking a couple shots right here, a couple jabs, but he's feeling it right now. And this is what we call this. They're at the halfway mark through the fight, so they're going to get ready to go to deep waters right now.
Nice right, then followed it up with a left hit Hawthorne to knock him down.
That was a beautiful combination. Overhead right, followed up with a left hook. Redmond was standing right in the pocket with his hands down. Big mistake.
Beautiful combination by Hawthorne, sensing it now, running toward Redmond, firing away.
Redmond hasn't been in this position before, I don't think. He's doing pretty good. He's doing good by holding, slowing it down a little bit, throwing some punches back, so he's not too hurt, but he is hurt. He did get dropped. May have been a flash knockdown. He's holding on. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Hawthorne also doing what he's supposed to do, staying calm. Let's see what happens.
What a difference in Hawthorne as this fight has progressed. All kinds of confidence. You can hear the crowd in his corner completely.
Oh yeah, he's from Waco, Texas, just about an hour away from here, and he brought the crowd. They're here for him, he's supporting, he's trying to perform, and he's doing it.
The Hawk flying in there right now in round number 4. Again, this for the ABF American West Welterweight title. Robert Redmond undefeated that record in serious jeopardy right now against the Hawk Marquis Hawthorne.
It is. It is. If he doesn't make an adjustment soon, he should start letting his hands go. Marquis Hawthorne's in the zone right now. He's in his comfort zone. He's doing what he wants to do. He's controlling the fight. He's keeping the pace slow. This is right where Marquis Hawthorne wants to do. He's already got the 10-8 round with the knockdown. He's winning the round. He's just going to coach from here on out and then try and win the fight.
Oh, another nice left. That's been there for him throughout these last couple of rounds. Redmond returning fire, and Hawthorne coming back at him.
Yeah, they were swinging there. They were trying to catch each other. They were taking it easy for a minute, but once they both got in the range, they both started swinging very hard.
The eyes of Hawthorne talking to Redmond a little bit as Redmond sneaks that jab through the gloves.
That was a good jab by Redmond. I like to see that keep pumping, but also, use the jab. Like, there you go. Follow up with something with it, and then, it'll land. And he's letting his hands go. Hawthorne's trying to keep the pace.
Hawthorne better be careful not to fight outside of his style and get too carried away. That could play into Redmond's hands as we hit the end of round number 4 in this ABF title fight. Cap City Fight Night in Austin, Texas. Hawthorne and Redmond. More when we come back. One more time, Marty. Okay. About to head to round number 5, Hawthorne and Redmond for the ABF American West Welterweight title. Let's take a look at some of the action from round 4 with Casey Ramos.
Overhand right, underhand left, I'm sorry, from Redmond there. Looks like Hawthorne was trying to kind of slow the action down, tie it up. And we got a close fight here. We got a fight on our hands.
Two guys throwing blows. Hawthorne got a little bit out of his game plan toward the end of the round, got very aggressive and ate a couple of shots. I think maybe his corner might have told him to slow it down a little bit and keep fighting his fight, which was working beautifully rounds 2 through almost the end of 4.
I wouldn't say maybe slow it down, but maybe just be a little more tactical. Just be smarter in there, not running into any shots, unnecessary shots. And that seems to be like that's what he's doing here in the beginning of the round. A beautiful left hook that just snuck in there. Redmond maybe needs to be a little more busy this round.
Calls time.
We got to stop here. We got some ice on the floor. That's dangerous for the fighters. They could easily slip, twist an ankle. Anything can happen.
Good job by Ruben Perez, veteran official in there. Safety first. Checking it out, making sure it's okay, and here they come back in round number 5. Again, the Houston Hitman, Robert Redmond, in those trunks with gray and green and gold, outlined and trimmed in white. The Hawk, Marquis Hawthorne, in the black, gray, and red, with those tassels hanging down that represent the Hawk's wings.
Hawthorne seems to be a little less uncomfortable this round. He's good. He's feeling it still, but he's a little less uncomfortable than what he was the previous rounds. And Redmond seems to be getting back in a little bit, but he just needs to be a little bit more busy. Follow up after that jab, and Hawthorne needs to keep his hands up and let him go.
Redmond looking pretty good. Remember, he hasn't gone this deep in a fight. Undefeated at 6-0. This is the furthest he's fought in a matchup, and a big-time right by Hawthorne there. See the sweat fly off the side of the head of Redmond.
Redmond took that very well, and then he returned with his own hook himself. And we got a fight. It's here. This is round 5, coming up on round 6. We're more than halfway through, and both these fighters need to pick it up, see who's going to win.
Worthy of a championship belt. One of these guys will have it around his waist at the end of this one. Hawthorne continuing to patiently walk Redmond down, cutting off the center of the ring.
I like the way Redmond's moving, but I'd like to see a jab. I'd like to see a jab and some follow-up combinations with that movement, though. Same thing from Hawthorne. He's following him. He's trailing him. He's trying to cut him off. But let's get some action. Let's get some punches going, and let's score some points. More than one shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Redmond get back to what he did a little bit more of in the first round, in and out, but from angles in tight.
And it's easier said than done. It's, you know, I'm sitting here ringside telling these guys, hey, go in there and start throwing some more punches. But, you know, these guys have both been touched up a little bit, so they might be wary of each other's power.
Makes you think twice once you take a couple of good shots in a fight.
It does.
Nice jab getting through from Hawthorne.
You know, Redmond snuck in a little bit of an uppercut there. It's a close fight. This is a very close round. And I believe whoever throws the most punches in these last 10 seconds is going to win the round.
Anybody's round as we head to the end. Redmond and Hawthorne for the belt. Nice job. Check out this performance right here by Hawthorne. Nice job there. As we'll be right back after these words. Casey Ramos, Cap City Fight Night, Underwood Promotions in beautiful Austin, Texas on a mid-spring night. The ABF American West Welterweight title matchup between Marquis Hawthorne and Robert Redmond, moving on to round number 6. It's scheduled for 8. Again,
I have a close, very close fight.
Robert Redmond came out on fire in the first round, landed a bunch of big shots on Hawthorne, who's not used to that. Hawthorne turned it around in round 2. Rounds 2, 3, and most of round 4, Hawthorne controlling the pace, the tempo, landing most of the shots. Redmond hit some big ones toward the end of round 4, and round 5 was really pretty even, Casey.
It was even. I have a close, very close fight, but I have Hawthorne up by a few points. He had that knockdown. He did get hurt in the first round, but it wasn't a complete 10-8 round. He did get the complete 10-8 with the knockdown, and he had the momentum in the last few rounds, and I have him winning slightly.
Redmond has some work to do. Some pro-Hawthorne crowd for sure. Both fighters being very careful. Take a look into the eyes of Redmond.
And the crowd helped. The crowd, that makes a difference. That does make a difference. That gives you energy. That gives you inspiration. You know, and you may be a little bit more open to taking some risks.
Nice left hook by Redmond, and whenever a fighter shakes his head, no, that means yes.
That's exactly right. Yes, sir, it did. When you acknowledge it, you know, that means it hurts you enough to acknowledge it to give it some spunk.
I think that was more Redmond being spun around by his arm than a punch landing there from Hawthorne. Halfway through round number 6, Redmond, plenty of energy. Being in the later rounds for the first time doesn't seem to be affecting him at all.
Yeah, he seems pretty good. Seems pretty fresh. Again, I still like to see him a little bit busier. He's lost a couple of rounds for not being busy enough and letting Hawthorne kind of control the pace and control the fight. But it's easier said than done. Like I said, he's only 6-0. He hasn't been 8 rounds yet, and that's a tough task.
I like the way Hawthorne guards the center of that ring like it's a hawk's nest.
That's right.
Not getting near those babies in there.
That's a classic boxing move. Keep the center of the ring, control the fight, control the ring, and you'll be the victorious.
Redmond continuing to circle around, look for an opening, and the Marquis chant begins again for Marquis Hawthorne from Waco, Texas, as you said, about an hour from here. A lot of fans making the trip to support their guy. 30 seconds left in round number 6.
Yeah, I believe that this was a little bit of a sleepy round, but I think that Hawthorne sort of kind of controlled most of the center of the ring, and I believe he controlled the round also.
Jab sneaks through from Redmond as we approach the 10-second mark. Under 10 seconds remaining, 2 rounds left in this fight for the ABF American West Welterweight title. Marquis Hawthorne and Robert Redmond putting on a show for the fans here tonight. Cap City Fight Night from Underwood Promotions right here in Austin, Texas. We'll be back with more right after these words. Sauber. Casey Ramos, 24-1, top-ranked signed fighter from right here in Austin. He knows a thing or two about putting on a show for the home crowd. And Trey Romero started us off by doing that here tonight. And now Marquis Hawthorne and Robert Redmond Jr., Casey, for the ABF American West Welterweight title, heading to round number 7. And it's anybody's fight.
Anybody's fight. Very close fight. Very competitive fight. The opponent, who's supposed to be the opponent, Marquis Hawthorne, is actually the one who's, in my opinion, has got the momentum. And that's usually how it works. He's got some experience. He's got 10 more fights than Redmond himself, and that's a lot. 10 fights, and not just 10 fights, but also 10 fights versus undefeated fighters, which comes with a lot.
It is getting to that point in the fight for Redmond where he's going to have to be very impressive down the stretch to pull this one out. Getting close to the point in time where he might need a finish to do it. You never know what the judges are going to do. Has a nice right from Redmond. Hawthorne backing up, didn't get big impact on that one. I love the way Hawthorne keeps talking to him. He knows he's inexperienced. He knows he's a talented kid coming up. Knowing you're the opponent, knowing you're a guy who's in there to give him a heck of a fight and not let him impose his will on you. Just a great job. And there are certain levels to this game, as you know, Casey, where you just get tested. And this is one of those big test fights for Robert Redmond and a great opportunity for Hawthorne on TV to beat an up-and-coming star like Redmond.
I agree. A very big test for Redmond. This shows what you got. You know, a lot of undefeated fighters come in there with padded records, and they fight a guy with a losing record, and, you know, sometimes they lose because they don't have the experience, they don't have the grit, they don't have the wherewithal that some of those opponents have.
And remember, Redmond, an engineering student, so very tactical in his approach.
He is very tactical.
On his face.
He is very tactical, but he's a little too patient. I'd like to see him a little bit more busy, throwing some more punches, using those tactics. You know, it's one thing to have tactics, but they don't do anything for you if you don't use them.
Seems like he's using the jab to keep Hawthorne off him more than offensively.
That's what it is. He's trying to keep Hawthorne at bay right now, but Hawthorne's pretty much just controlling the ring, controlling the fight. He's not doing much himself, but he is controlling the center of the ring, which looks better than backing up to the judges.
Ruben Perez separating the fighters.
Yeah, excellent ref. Ruben Perez, a local ref, been in the boxing game for 20 plus years at least, amateur and professional. Great guy.
Great boxing here in Texas, not only here in Austin, but in Dallas and in Houston. A lot of history, a lot of big-time fighters have been through this state. A little wrestling going on there in the corner as Hawthorne threw Redmond up into that corner of the ropes.
That's what Redmond needs to continue doing, keep pressing the fight. Hawthorne was not very comfortable with that. And it's going to take these last 2 rounds, these last 10 seconds in the next round for Redmond to win this fight.
10 seconds left in the round. Robert Redmond and Marquis Hawthorne going to go to the final round in this ABF American West Welterweight Championship matchup here tonight. A great fight so far. Who's going to leave with the belt? We'll find out when we come back. Final round coming your way, the ABF American West Welterweight title on the line. Will it be Robert Redmond, who started off so strong in round number 1? Will it be the hometown favorite, Marquis Hawthorne, who has been establishing control of this fight throughout? We find out right now as the fighters come to the center of the ring. Jim Griesauber, Casey Ramos, and Casey, anybody's fight with the belt on the line in round number 8. This is how it should be in a title fight.
It has been a very close fight, but in my opinion, I see Hawthorne coming out with the W if Redmond can't get a big 8th round here. Hawthorne, he hasn't pulled away too much, but he's definitely pulled away, and you can see him pumping that jab, keep him busy, and just, you know, he's in the fight. He's fighting. Redmond hasn't been busy enough.
I called Hawthorne a home crowd favorite because that's who the home crowd's pulling for. Even the Austin fans are cheering for him here tonight.
He's not too far from home. Waco's about an hour away from Austin. Nothing but a trip down 35 to come see him. And he's got the support. He's got the people, and you know that helps.
Third of the way through the final round as the right hand connected to the side of the head from Redmond. Very aggressive now is Redmond, left hook.
And that's what he needed.
As Hawthorne up against the ropes. Robert Redmond letting him loose here in round number 8.
That's exactly what he needed. He needs a big 8th round to win this fight, if not a knockout.
Right and then a left from Redmond. Hawthorne not hurt. He's coming forward too, right back at him. Both fighters seem to know that they need to come forward with their best right now. Minute and a half left, halfway through the final round. Look at these exchanges.
This is the kind of round they need. This is what he needs. This is what Redmond needs. This is what Redmond needs. Hawthorne needs to cover up, hold, do anything he needs.
Hawthorne's legs wobbling as he went back to the corner, and Redmond right on him like a pit bull. The Houston Hitman looking for a knockout here against Hawthorne as we approach the 1-minute mark of the final round. Great round for Robert Redmond. Can he finish this fight right now? Hawthorne fighting back with everything he has.
Yeah, these guys are giving it their all. They're operating on instincts right now. Both these dudes are tired, and they're fighting. They're trying to go for the knockout. Both of them. Both of them are hurt. Both of them going for the knockout. This is what boxing is all about.
The crowd loving it. Redmond in the gray, gold, green, and white trim. Hawthorne in the black, gray, and red as they approach the 30-second mark. Anybody's fight still. Redmond coming forward, missed with that left. Now a jab pops him back.
I see Redmond winning this round. I'm not sure if it's enough to win the fight. He needs a knockdown.
He almost had one. There's a big right hand from Redmond. Grazed him on the side of the head.
Hawthorne shaking his head no. You know that means it landed.
Redmond with an uppercut. Slings him back. 10 seconds left in the fight.
Look for fireworks here. Sparks in the air.
Redmond with a right hand. And that's going to do it for this one. The ABF American West Welterweight title up for grabs. No more. One of these guys is going to walk out with that belt on his waist. Hawthorne stumbling back into the ropes as Redmond very aggressive in the final round as he was in the opening round.
Redmond had him right where he wanted to, right where he needed him to. And it was awesome. But yeah, here we are from Austin, Texas, the Capital City Fight Night. Come back to us. Feel good?
Sorry guys, I got people tapping me on the shoulder, walking by. I mean, I don't.
As long as I made it work.
Man, good job, Casey.
Thanks.
Wow. Okay. There's David. Okay, David, you're up now. Please, you're after David. We got to change it because David Rodriguez, Keith Underwood. David, we got really quick breaks. We got to get in here. David, we got to get in here, buddy. Quick breaks, man. Really quick breaks. All right, back here in Austin, Texas, Cap City Fight Night. Jim Grieshaber and Casey Ramos. Great night of fights so far. The ABF American West Welterweight title matchup between Hawthorne and Redmond is in the books. Both fighters putting on a show for the fans here tonight. Let's get the official decision up in the ring from Thomas Triver right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Gregorio Alvarez scores it 77-75. Judge Perry Hillen scores it 77-74. And Judge Richard Lord scores it 76-75. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now the ABF American West Welterweight Champion, Marquis Hawthorne.
So the belt goes around the waist of Marquis Hawthorne. What a performance by him, Casey Ramos. The judge